Hello guys. So I've got a knife review today. This is a Craftsman knife. It says 94855. I'm not real sure if that's like the model number or if it's something to do with the steel, but I know it's made of high carbon steel to start off, and it is very, very, very hard steel. Now, one thing that I've noticed about this, first of all, let's talk about the handle, is that the handle is very, very grippy. You can see like the shape right here. It's just perfectly to put your fingers and just wrap around, and it's tight in your hand and it's not coming out. And it just gives you good grip. So, I mean, that's one good thing. You have this like extra aluminum piece right here. You can soil up on if you want, but it comes pretty loose after a while of use. So if that annoys you, then yeah, you could probably just cool it and get it straight. I just haven't done that. What are some other things to talk about? Obviously, you see it has right here this blackened blade to prevent from rust and whatnot, and that's good, especially on carbon steel. As you can see, I mean, I think it's on here pretty good too. It scratched off as I tried to sharpen it, but yeah, I wouldn't say it comes too sharp. It does come sharp though, but I mean, you can always sharpen it up more, and it holds an edge really well. Like, I have done all sorts of insane things with this knife. I mean, hold up just a second. Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. I'm back. See this? This is pretty hardwood. I think this is birch wood. I made this club. With this knife, pretty much, I whittled it. Well, I hit it with an axe first, and then I whittled like the chippings off to get it in the right shape. And this is hardwood, so that tells you something about the hardness of this knife. I've also used this knife on plenty of things that are like cardboard and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty good if you just want to like get in there and get like the hook in and just like pull across, So I'd say it would make a good EDC knife, but you'd have to find some way of like carrying it. So yeah, and of course it's a fixed blade, so it's going to be really strong, and it is really strong and reliable. I'd say that this would also make a pretty good tactical knife, because you can see that hook shape right there. That would be just great if you could just get like in your enemy and just like slash like a claw, like if someone was trying to attack you, you can get it in there and you can like tear out their flesh. And I don't want to get like too graphic for you guys, but that's definitely something you could do. Very powerful slashing attacks and cutting with that curve going in there. Oh yeah, this would be nice. I wouldn't want to get slashed by this. Again, the only thing for tactical use is like a stab. Probably wouldn't be very effective, but if you got it at just the right angle, I'm sure you could like stab and get in there. So yeah, the back of this knife, or like the pommel, there really is no pommel, but I mean, you can stick your hand up here in case you want to put your thumb up or fight in reverse grip or just blunt someone. I'd also say though that the main use for this knife is probably like a woodsman knife, like a crafting knife. It's called Craftsman. That's the company that made it, but it's a very good, bushman's knife. Stuff like that for, like out in the woods, out camping. This thing would probably come very handy. You never know when you're going to need it. I've used this to whittle, not just that, like I've made bows with this by whittling. What are some other things I've done? I've just done all sorts of things, And again, back on the tactical note, I've slashed lots of cardboard and stuff up with this, so this would be pretty devastating. Yeah, what else have I done with this? I've used this in the garden, like I was helping my grandma and grandpa like pull up weeds and trim vines and stuff like that. And so I actually took this and I like cut, and this is very effective because it's such a hard steel. It'll just go like right through that and hook it, and this is very good at doing stuff like that. Oh yeah, I remember once me and my cousin were walking in the woods and I saw like a small tree and I wanted to see if I could turn it into like a survival bow. So I actually took this. The tree was about like, I'd say like maybe twice as thick as my thumb. It was just kind of small, around there. I just took it and I just kept cutting and cutting and cutting. Finally, I just sawed it off. You know, it wasn't like continuous cutting. It actually didn't take that much. It probably took me like a few seconds to get through it with this. So I mean, that's definitely a good thing to point out about this. It's high carbon steel. You know, extremely strong. It feels, again, like I said, absolutely great in your hand. Very ergonomic with like the varying, you know, levels, and you just grip it. It's round, and yeah, it just feels it's so satisfying to just put in your hand. You know, that probably sounded weird, but yeah. So as you can see, this is an overall just great quality knife, and I paid like around $5 to $10 for this at Sears. I forgot how much I paid for it, but not very much. So yeah, it just goes to show, for just a few dollars, you can have a great quality knife, you know, that will last you probably your whole life, and you can use it as like a tactical knife or a utility knife, or mostly like a bushman's knife, or like for whatever you want. So I guess that is all for my review now. Auf Wiedersehen.